So how long does SEO take to start working? You'll often hear this 3 to 6 month number thrown around, but the truth is there is no one-size-fits-all answer to how long it's going to take to see results from your SEO. There are, however, some frameworks and some rules of thumb that you can use to get an idea, given your scenario, your market, your resources, about how long it's going to take to see some results from what you're doing. So let's get into it. My name is Frank. I'm the founder of SagaPixel. I've been doing SEO since 2008. I've seen a ton of different scenarios. I've seen cases where we got results literally within a week of working with a client. We've also languished for a year and a half and barely moved the needle before. So what are the factors? Factor number one, is this a brand new website or is this one that's been around some time? A website that's been around quite a while, let's say like an established business that people in a local market or an industry are already familiar with, that they're Googling by name, very often those are easy to move the needle. Again, scenarios where we have a website that has a similar backlink profile to all its competitors, but abysmal on-page SEO and it has a brand, those are the types of clients that month one we see wins for. The websites that are brand new, businesses that have never had a website before, those are the ones that are going to take months, let's say maybe even 6 months to see any impact from. But again, it depends a lot on the niche. We've been working a lot with new med spas that are opening up from medical weight loss clinics. This is not a saturated market. And more times than not, we've seen over the last year that even with a brand new website, we do some really good on-page optimization. And honestly, they're on page one practically immediately after publishing these pages, which brings me to factor number two. How competitive is your niche? If you're in a market that has a ton of websites and competitors with super strong backlink profiles and strong brands, it's going to take some time for you to beat them. But a lot of that also is dependent on your resources. I could see a personal injury law firm in New York City with a really hefty budget and a really good SEO company getting onto page one in 6 to 12 months. Factor number three, what else are you doing with your marketing? I have seen a strong correlation between running Google Ads and the timeline becoming a lot shorter when it came to SEO. Now, whether it's because we are paying for clicks or not is a discussion for another video, but I have seen this correlation several times now. And at the very least, it's because of the brand signals that Google Ads is generating. Meaning, if you have a telemedicine startup and you're spending $100,000 a month and you're generating some traffic, you're going to have people that are following up for their appointments and so forth, Google's going to take notice. And we had exactly this scenario a couple years back, a VC-backed telemedicine startup. We started with them in September, and by mid-October, we had already gotten them to position one for their main target keyword. I suspect that had we not had that large PPC campaign running simultaneously, we may not have achieved those same results, at least in the timeline in which we achieved them. I've also seen factors in specifically in our industry where competitors that have strong Pinterest or LinkedIn presence are actually beating us in the search results for searches that they honestly have no business beating a website like ours at for. But they have these strong brand signals from their LinkedIn or Pinterest presence, and their domain rating 40 website is beating our domain rating 72 website for searches that has no business beating it by given traditional SEO metrics. In other words, the other marketing that you do impacts your SEO. And if you're doing that well, it will shorten the timeline to see effects from your SEO.